boys and girls. It's so nice to see you. Today we are going to read Animals Should Definitely Not Wear Clothing, written by Judi Barrett and drawn by Barrett. Drawn by is the same as illustrated by. It's a synonym. It means the same thing. Isn't it interesting that they changed this word? I like that. Animals should definitely not wear clothing. Written by Judi Barrett, drawn by Barrett. I wonder if they're related. For Amy and Valerie. Amy? That's me! I probably am not the person they had in mind, but I like it. Animals should definitely not wear clothing. Because it would be disastrous for a porcupine. Oh yeah, the needles on the porcupine? What a disaster! Because a camel might wear it in the wrong places. Look at this silly camel. He's wearing his hats on his humps and not on his head. Because a snake would lose it. A snake doesn't even have legs. Why would you put him in a pair of pants? How silly! Because a mouse could get lost in it. Look at that big hat! There's the mouse hiding underneath. She is lost in it, isn't she? Because a sheep might find it terribly hot. Oh, this poor sheep. He already has a thick, full wool coat, right? Oh, and a sweater and a hat and a scarf. How hot! Poor sheep. Because it could be very messy for a pig. We know pigs have a reputation for being messy. Oh my goodness, why would you put one in clothes and then feed him? Ah! Because it might make life hard for a hen. Yeah, the poor hen laid the egg, but it's stuck in her britches, and it can't get down to the nest. That would make life hard. Because a kangaroo would find it quite unnecessary. I should say so. A kangaroo already has a pouch for her baby. She doesn't need pockets, too. Because a giraffe might look sort of silly. Yeah, I think so. He's all dressed up, but look how many neckties he has to wear. Silly, silly. Because a billy goat would eat it for lunch. Absolutely. We know billy goats have a reputation for eating everything, right? So if you put one in clothing, I think he would eat it. Because it would always be wet on a walrus. A walrus lives in the ocean, so yeah, he's wet all the time. Having to live in wet clothing would be so uncomfortable. Ew. Because a moose could never manage. Poor moose. His suspenders keep getting stuck in his antlers. Because opossums might wear it upside down by mistake. Right? An opossum sleeps upside down, but if his or her clothing were right side up, that would not work. And most of all, because it might be very embarrassing. The lady goes to the zoo to feed the elephant, and the elephant is wearing her outfit. How embarrassing! What a great story, right? I think so too. There is an ending to the book from the authors. Ready? Judi Barrett divides her days between teaching art to children and writing children's books. Ron Barrett spends his nights illustrating the books she writes, and his days as an art director at a New York advertising agency. So I guess they are married. Animals Should Definitely Not Wear Clothing is their second book. Their first one was Old MacDonald Had an Apartment House. Oh, that sounds fun. We might have to find that. They both firmly believe that animals should definitely not wear clothing except for an occasional dog coat on below freezing days. This is where they draw the line. And if someone lives where it is very cold and they take their dogs outside in below freezing weather, maybe a dog coat's okay, according to this author and illustrator. What a fun book. I really enjoyed it, didn't you? I agree with these authors. I don't think people should put clothes on animals, but lots of people disagree with me, and that's okay. I hope you enjoyed this book, boys and girls. See you next time. Bye-bye.